Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of Tools for Teachers. So I'm going to show you what I do today with error correction, and I'm going to give you a few examples of what I do to deal with problematic mistakes, the ones that the students keep making again and again and again, no matter what you do. So let's get started. So you've got a lesson, and while the student is speaking, you're taking notes in a separate document, of course, so they can't see it. Although you can always show it to them later if you want, it's up to you. But you're taking notes during the lesson. So maybe, for example, he always go to school late, for example, right? You're just keeping track of the types of mistakes that you hear, and you're correcting them. You don't need to correct them immediately, you just need to keep track of them for yourself. And then once you have enough examples of the same kind of mistake, so maybe I got used to wake up early, I got used to listen to that voice, he work late, he do homework. You have maybe, let's say, 3 examples of each of them. After you have enough, then you go to memrise.com. Memrise is an application that teaches you how to learn a language. And there are many applications out there, but the best thing about Memrise is that it adapts to your level. So if you make a mistake many times, then you keep studying that same word or phrase. But if you get this same word or phrase correct all the time, then you don't see it anymore. So it's adaptive. So when you log into Memrise, it looks like this. It's easier to use on a computer, but I'm just showing it to you on my phone for the recording here. You go to Courses, create a course, call it, I don't know, common mistakes, or well, maybe no, you call it something more positive, right? You don't want them to focus on mistakes. Maybe like making my language accurate. And one thing about Memrise is every course is public, so I don't usually put the student's name on here, I just share the link with them. You don't need to put any of this. Teaching English, because I just keep it English to English, we don't translate it, it's not necessary. And you don't need to put the rest of these details here, you just need to create the course. Because it's just basically between you and your student, right? Now here you show, so test on word, prompt with definition. So basically you want to put the correct word on the left side and the mistake on the right side. So let's go and take one of these ones here, right? Let's take, for example, this one. Just copy this and put it here, paste. Like I said, it's a bit easier on the desktop computer. And paste, right? That's it. Enter. Then you just keep going down. So you go, and maybe if you have, let's say, for example, another example that I had is he work late every day, right? And works, right? On and on and on. That's it. So then, it's a little bit of manual work. You can even train your students how to do this. I've trained a few of mine successfully, and they love it. But once you have a list of maybe 10 or 20 common mistakes, then they can go and review this every day. And then let me just show you what it looks like for them. It's easier to learn in the app. So if you cannot make the course in the app. That's the only problem, is you have to make the course on the actual website. So it shows you this, right? Works, goes, right? You always go to school late, choose the correct option. There's only 2 questions in this quiz. That's why it's showing me only these 2 words here. but that's why you need to have at least 20 questions. And then basically this gets them to recycle all the time, right? And it goes on and on and on, right? You can switch it, but that's all it is. Then they get points, and that's it. They keep learning this way. So, I've got some students who do this quite regularly and they enjoy it. And I would recommend trying to build this so that you can help eliminate bad habits so that your students are actively working towards more accurate language.